We talk a lot on this channel about inspiring athletes and the fascinating stories behind them. So when I say the story of the man focused on in this video might be the most unbelievable of them all, that should mean something. No exaggeration, this is the guy I think I'm most excited to talk about. The NBA draft was recently, and plenty of future Impact NBA players were taken. But even if the guy we're going to talk about today does nothing more than step on the floor, play 1 second, and leave, it's still an absolute win once you see where he came from. This is Jason Preston. He's a point guard picked up in the second round by the Los Angeles Clippers. And he will soon be your favorite basketball player, and maybe one of your favorite athletes or just people in general. Here's why. Jason's from Orlando, Florida, and played high school basketball at local Boone High School. He lost his mother to cancer when he was a teenager, and at this time, he was garnering more basketball success off the floor than on it. Jason spent his free time blogging about the Detroit Pistons for Fansided. A sports blogging high school kid went on to become a professional athlete. We have a big baseball audience, so I'll put how big a jump his life took in the next few years after that through this. This is the basketball equivalent of if Icy Araya's season from baseball Twitter ended up becoming an actual MLB player. Wait. On the basketball court, to call Jason a prospect in high school would be more generous than anything Mother Teresa ever did. He stood 6 feet tall, weighed 140 pounds, and averaged 2 points per game as a senior. He rode the bench, and only got 1 start all year. Senior day. Needless to say, there was absolutely no interest from college basketball at this time. So he enrolled at UCF to be a regular journalism student, not to play basketball, which this might seem to make look even crazier than it already is, but he was just a regular college student, the same as everyone else. Until a friend of his playing AAU basketball reached out needing some help. Don't know exactly how that went down, but the friend probably said something along the lines of, "Hey man, our team has 4 players right now. You need 5 to even have a team. You want to play?" Jason said yes. That meant he had to play literally every minute for his team in an AAU tournament, since the team had no bench. Just because the Nets made Kevin Durant do it doesn't mean it's easy or common. Good thing he did this though, because he caught the eye of someone important. A coach at a prep school in Tennessee. Jason was the only 10 this guy saw, and he recruited him to play at what was basically a level in between high school and college, until that coach left 2 weeks after Jason got there. Again, Jason was in limbo. He was bouncing around from the different levels the team had until he made the request to play for the school's C team. In his mind, he wasn't getting enough of a chance to show his true skills. After riding the bench in high school, he was sick of that.
It sucks, man.
So there he was, balling down there for the C team at a school he was only at because a coach who wasn't even there anymore brought him there after being on a team of just 5 players after being a regular college student. Sounds pretty normal so far, right? Jason then decided to take his future into his own hands. It's probably a good time to tell you the name of the prep school because it's actually very fitting to this story. Believe Academy. Jason believed alright. He got access to the film of the games he was playing in, screen recorded them on his phone, and sent them to a friend to make his own highlight tape. It wasn't much, but he felt he had enough to post on Twitter. And you know what? He got some interest from it. Jason was still undersized for college basketball, but the video showed off his incredible passing ability and great court vision.
You know I got full court vision.
The feedback he received from the next level was that he had to get stronger, and by today, he's put on about 50 pounds since his senior year of high school. All that hard work and dedication paid off when he received 2 D1 scholarship offers. One from Longwood University, and one from the Ohio University. He accepted the offer from Ohio. So there you have it. A high school sports blogger who had just lost his mother, turned regular student from UCF, turned spontaneous AAU player, turned C-team prep school player, made it to D1 college basketball. Scriptwriters would throw this story out because it wouldn't sound believable enough. He managed to do it though. But you know what else he did? He kept climbing. As a freshman at Ohio, Jason earned a spot in his conference's all-freshman team. As a sophomore, he became the team's top scorer and led the conference in assists, finishing second in the country in that too. As a junior, he did it again, finishing 6th in the country. A senior who rode the bench in high school became maybe the best passer in college basketball. This just doesn't happen in real life. He showed improvement as a playmaker too. As a junior, he shot 51.9% from the field, meaning that he made more shots than he missed. Not exactly the easiest thing to do. He shot just under 40% from 3 too, which is just incredible. He made threes at basically the same rate as Damian Lillard did this past year in the NBA, and just 3% behind Steph Curry. That's really good if you haven't caught on yet. Good enough that the NBA started to take notice. Imagine if you told Jason Preston, even like a year or two before this, that he could realistically be an NBA player. He probably would have believed it because he seems like one of the most dedicated and self-motivated players I've ever seen, but the rest of the world probably would have thought you were insane.
This is something I've been planning since I was in prep school, since a long time ago. So I assumed this day would come one day, and it's here. So I'm gonna make the most of it. Coming from the path that I came, it really humbles you and makes you appreciate everything more. So just to even be here today and being able to work out with all these NBA teams, it's just a blessing. It's a dream come true, and I'm never going to take any of this for granted.
March Madness in 2021 put his story on the national spotlight. Jason led Ohio to a win in the first round against the defending champion Virginia. And he played great in that game, of course. Ohio got knocked out in the next round, but Jason proved he was something special. A great showing at the NBA Combine supported that. The only thing he needed was one more team to believe in him. That AAU team believed in him, maybe by default, but they did. The coach who brought him to prep school believed in him. Ohio believed in him. He just needed one more. And he got it.
With the 33rd pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Jason Preston from Ohio University.
Jason was taken by the Magic on behalf of the Clippers. 33rd overall, to the bright lights and the big city to be a pro athlete. The former high school bench warmer and regular college journalism student will now be teammates with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. These guys, I firmly believe Jason has one of the best stories in sports history. It should be household knowledge. I hope I can play a role in that. Jason is now immediately one of my favorite NBA players before he even steps on the floor. He's such an inspiring, perseverant guy that I have the utmost respect for, and I wish Jason nothing but the best in his pro career. I can't wait to keep up with him some more. We hope you feel a little of the same. He's earned it.
Always believe in yourself. Don't let anyone say you can and cannot do anything. Always have faith in yourself. And secondly, if you're ever given an opportunity or a chance, make sure you make the most of it.